Hello, brothers and sisters. It's your brother Alejandro Ibrahim, founder and host of KYP Conscious Youth Podcast. Hope all is well, but today we're going to definitely talk about Black Lives Matter. I don't want to do a episode on this for the longest, but I'm finally going to do it right now because today we're going to really talk about Black Lives Matter because clearly a lot of you guys don't understand that. I warned you guys. Around this time last year, and also in May, June, July, pretty much for the rest of last year, um, I was exposing Black Lives Matter on my Instagram. If you got my Snapchat, you got my Instagram, But if you know me well, I was exposing them. These guys were not for us, y'all. Come on, man. They were trained Marxists. They came out a long time ago and said this. Think about it. No black male leadership in the organization, that was a turnoff for me. Because how are you gonna be about how you gonna begin with the death of a black man? Talk about it, but in the end, you give no money to it. We don't get into it. Black Lives Matter first was fishy to me because this last year and even now the media embraces it. Watch the media. They're not the black man's friends or enemy. The reason why they embrace something, it's an undercover reason why. Always. Always. And also on all these TV shows, CNN, MSNBC, whatever, every black person they have on there is always some subtle black person who talks, especially on MSNBC or CNN or one of these other news stations. They don't talk from a non-political or just a black alliance stance. It's a liberal stance or a conservative stance if we talk about Fox News. All right, that's where they're coming from. I have yet to see. Probably the only unbiased news source I may say. Sometimes it's like NPR News, but that alone even be a little fishy sometimes. So I don't trust none of the newses at all. I don't trust them. The whole thing was, first of all, in my opinion, a push for a small but growing millennial socialist agenda. And I say that because if you look at a lot of the demands and stuff, they had some stuff in there talking. I'm sorry, their manifesto and stuff. Some of that stuff was talking about like a commune, right? They were talking about like all the families. I'm like, whoa, we gonna do a little commune thing going on here. Some of that stuff made me get commune vibes. But a lot of what they're talking about, family, a lot of what they're for is not in our best interest. First, it's not well thought out. You don't talk about stuff without having a backup plan, right? And so part of the way was that some of them wanted to abolish the police system. I don't know if that's still part of the manifesto. What took me out of them was really the fact that I saw too many non-black people marching with them. No serious black organization is going to attract other people other than black people. And I say that because if you have an organization for black people, it has to be about black people. It has to be black first. Other races took over our organizations. All right. Number two, Black Lives Matter clearly had no plan. There was nobody talking about. First of all that activism is dead to these days, bro. If you think that you marching down the street, holding a rope, marching down the street with the road, with your sign, talking about Black Lives Matter, it's gonna really do something, family, it's not. And we see that today because black people are still getting shot by the police. So please, before we jump the gun and say, oh, something big happened. No, something big happened with them corporations because they made their money. Get recognition, in my opinion. Number two, they said in their manifesto they wanted to break up the nuclear family. That's when I said we're finished. And they took it out now because I think a lot of people called them out on it and they knew that they were going to lose support. But that right there, y'all, that's when I said, no. No. Black families was killing the black people because we don't have it. So the fact that we don't have a black family, that's what's killing us as a race. You want to get rid of that? And I'm gonna say it's just the most of other movements and Antifa, other things that try to go merging with Black Lives Matter, separatists, other people, feminists, other liberal movements that have nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. We're talking about black lives. Y'all turned into something else that didn't have nothing to do with black people. The parades to me were just sad. They were buck dancing over there. Literally, they were dancing. buck dancing, dance breaking, all that type of stuff. Yo, we are in war zone here. We're fighting for our rights. And you over here dancing, shining shoes. That's why I say forget the protest and the march. They want you to protest and march because it's symbolic. It's not gonna help you out. So Black Lives Matter from the get go just was not gonna ever help black people in my opinion. They were not. Another problem I had with them was that, and many people will say this is kind of like controversial stance that I'm taking, but you can't cry Black Lives Matter to white people if you don't address how Black Lives Matter don't matter to black people. Simple. The brothers called them out. I think in Chicago or Detroit it was. They said, "Hey, y'all don't come here when our young brothers get shot in the hood. Y'all don't come here." And that's the thing. I don't. I tend to stray away from just giving. I give more of my attention to the fact that we kill each other more than how the police kills us. And here's why. And I'm not saying that I'm condoning or I'm police violence or anything like that. But what I'm saying is that we gotta understand that we gotta fix ourselves first. We got a lot going on in these communities, family. Brothers are dying. A lot of times not by the police but by ourselves. We killing each other out here. Just the other day, a young brother shot another young brother over some shoes and killed that man. I ain't blaming the white man for that. That's us. We gotta fix ourselves, man. So the fact that we we um we give so much energy to the police but not to our own is not adding up with me, and it just doesn't sit right with me because I'm a Pan Africanist. I'm about what can black people do to fix their circumstance. And if you're not trying to fix your circumstance, you're trying to put this all on the white man and trying to make him fix your circumstance, which to me sounds like a slave mentality. I'm out. That's why I didn't like them either. They're anti-black family, clearly don't want to solve the issues in the community, and also other alternative agendas have literally taken over the organization. She claims it was not with Black Lives Matter money, and she can say that all she wants. She bought other properties also looking at too, some overseas. She can say that since she got deals. She's a professor, this, that, and third. She can say that, y'all. Family, she can say that. But this is again what I'm trying to tell you. Shaun King, who isn't even black, he's not black from what I understand, and on top of that, he fights for the Tamika Mallory, Shaun King, Benjamin Crump, all these people. Family, a lot of these guys out here, they're just trying to make some money. They're not for the cause, man. They're not. Tamika Mallory just did a Cadillac commercial. What is that? Just did a whole Cadillac. Think about it. She did a whole Cadillac commercial, and you talking about you an activist? You over here giving Cadillac money? Yo, like this is what I'm talking about, family. Is I'm at loss for words because at this point it's pathetic. You so-called activists, but you doing Cadillac commercials, bro. You promoting the Cadillac brand to black people. You talking about you see, a lot of us will screw our own people just to get a better place on the plantation, which is just sad at this point. You'll be a white man's tool to black materialism just so that you can get what you want. And she previously talked about she wouldn't take a percent of money from none of these big donors. But I mean, I don't know. Cadillac isn't a multi-million dollar company, so I'm sorry. Like, come on, man. Stop it. You can't be all black power and doing this. And Black Lives Matter didn't show up to Mike Brown or Tamir Rice's family. Tamir Rice's mom put them on the spot, laid the truth out about how they was all out here clout chasing. We gonna get it today, family, because we not doing this no more. Black Lives Matter, the organization is canceled. The same, do I agree with it? To an extent. I think, though, that we gotta understand, black people, that our lives matter. Sorry. I don't think enough of us do. And I think that at the same time, we gotta stop trying to prove something to white people and start getting ourselves together. We gotta stop shouting to them Black Lives Matter. Honestly, if you don't care about my life, I really don't care. I can't change that. I don't have the power to change how he thinks, but I have the power to change how my people think, and I have the power to change my reality as a black man in America. And I can do that by putting my money together, gaining economic wealth, teaching my people, gaining knowledge of self for others and myself, and helping my people out. But I cannot beg the white man for that. Black Lives Matter failed the moment they started allowing other people up in their movement. Black Lives Matter failed the moment they didn't have no black male leadership. Masculine black male leadership, family. See, I say that because when men lead groups, there's order in it. You all can take the same type of way, but when we as black men lead, there's order in it. Black Lives Matter did not have any serious black male leadership. It just didn't. So the group was wherever it went. You roll up to the dudes on the court. The dudes on the court, they're like, hey, hold up. It's a pickup game. We doing check. We doing take it, make it, take it. All of that. You mess up. Hey, bro. That's our ball. Black Lives Matter freaking, oh, well, we want everybody to come out and enjoy and protest. No, it don't work like that. It's for black people. We need black people coming out specifically. I think that we were too caught up with trying to get white people to understand our struggle, and that will never happen. Focus on yourself. So yeah, Black Lives Matter was a whole. The organization had nothing to do with black people in the end. And from what I understand, some of the founders even split up in terms of the organization. Some of them left. The whole talk of minority, I identify as a black man. I am not a minority. Do not come to me with that. Because minority is every other group. Minority goes beyond race now. It's not even race anymore. And this is what I'm talking about, family. We're out here not playing the game correctly. Black Lives Matter was a setup. Train Marxists? No. I do not trust that. And the fact that we fell for that is just sad, family. We need a black organization in the community. We don't need a Black Lives Matter organization. They didn't help Tamir Rice. They didn't help black people at all. just sad. Gotta do better, family. We gotta do better. I think that if we're gonna move forward, we need a more, how should I say, expertise on mindset on what black people need and how to achieve true liberation. And it can't be through some massive multicultural movement. It's got to be through a black movement that specifically is black first and speaks to the need of the people. Black Lives Matter was fighting for rights that had nothing to do with black people. Their score report on where the money went to people who had nothing to do with black men, who went to organizations that literally dealt with another community that had nothing to do with the death of the black man. None of that money went to help black men. None of that went to black male counseling. None of that. Because Black Lives Matter was founded because a black man died. Simple. And black men are still at the bottom of the totem pole of the day. This is what I'm talking about. It's pathetic. We fail to see the truth. And I don't know how much longer we can do this, because if you look in news, times are changing. Clearly, the black movement being swept under the rug, and you've seen the other movements pop up out of it. And you see amongst our own race, we having problems between black men and black women. So what's getting better here? Black Lives Matter did a whole twerk on Washington, dishonoring, if I'm correct, MLK Day. Like again, the patheticism. But listen, I can't do this much longer, man. It's just we're not doing we're not doing the right things, and we want the right outcomes, and that just is not how things work. So let's learn from Black Lives Matter. Let's not. First of all, another thing I also want to say is too many people were Too many people were endorsing Black Lives Matter, which already made it shady from the get go. I do not follow the crowd. I have rather unpopular opinions and thoughts. So I don't follow the crowd. I tend to observe for a while. And while I observed that the media was covering for them, so it was already fishy and too many people were into it. Think for yourself, family. When you do that, you'll understand how to find the Black Lives Matter organization in the world and not be part of them. Just have one last thing to end. They raise so much money. Why is the community still looking the way it is? And we hear the crickets. Well, that's all I got for y'all, brothers and sisters, today. Take care. Hope y'all have a happy day, and Hotep.